We're here again, another episode, Old School Movements. My name's Daz the Dazzler, 80s lover. Also have... Also we got...
I'm Chris.
Drinking your root beer. Is that vanilla root beer?
That's just normal root beer, man.
I sure it said vanilla on the side of the can.
I hope not.
Sure that's vanilla.
Aged vanilla,
Yeah,
made
probably
with
already
aged
finished it,
vanilla.
man.
It's just standard root beer.
Okay.
It's one of the best flavour ones, the
I love
AW
your
one.
root beer, man.
Plug for AW. If you want to send us any free root beers, I would welcome the offer.
The offer of AW. There you go. Stacks, you good?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Very well, man. We're just gonna have a little chat about, 80s comedy, man.
Comedy shows, yeah.
Comedy acts,
We've
comedy
got some
shows.
comedy
Things that made us laugh, made sitting down with the family.
You actually see on the raw variety performances.
Yeah. Growing up back in the 80s, man. Remember the days when there's just one telly? One telly days.
One telly now.
One telly, 3 channel days.
Yeah.
On Tele3 channel.
And it was like, and all these people were competing against each other to get the top slot.
And so normally these were like a Saturday night thing, weren't they?
No, but I remember this being on a Wednesday at 8:30 or 9. Benny Hill show.
Benny Hill show.
It's the Benny Hill show, starring Benny Hill. Mate,
Benny Hill show was
the
good.
Benny Hill show.
I don't know how they got away with that. Well, I
Well,
know how they got away with it then.
It was the 80s, like it was
Imagine
just
that these
slapstick
days.
comedy to the max.
Yeah, Benny
Imagine
Hill's
it
funny.
these days.
And I remember at the beginning of the show, he
Run
would
for
have a
20
song.
years. Run for 20 years.
20 years.
20
Really?
years. 69 to 89. That ran.
20
Wow.
years of Benny Hill.
20 years of slapstick.
Remember, they used to have a song at the beginning of the show.
I
Like,
can't
he
even
just do a
remember.
parody song. He'd be a cowboy or something.
Sing
Or
something,
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
They would go full out. All
Yeah.
proper
Benny Hill
show at the start.
He had the nuttiest sketches.
It was all Benny Hill. It was all him, wasn't it?
Yeah, he
Written,
wrote the
starred.
stuff, yeah.
It was all in.
The little
behind
guy
it.
used to slap people used to
Yeah.
slap each other's head in the playground.
Yeah.
wasn't it? Anyone with a low haircut
Yeah.
would get slapped in the
Anyone
head
shorter than
fast.
you or a slaphead.
Yeah.
Slaphead, didn't it? I think that's where it come
Yeah.
from. You got a
man, the
slaphead.
Benny Hill slap. You was getting a Benny Hill slap, mate.
It'd always be at the end doing that chase. You'd
The
see
chase.
the slaphead bloke.
Yeah.
And there was the bloke off the
The Sugar Puffs advert.
Sugar
like.
Puffs advert.
Yeah.
Sugar Puffs
When they done
advert. bloke.
there was a sketch where they were having a video link, and the questions he would answer them for the second
For this,
question.
yes, I remember this. I do remember it. I can't remember
He'd
the
answer the
questions, but I
second
remember the
question, so it was
sketch.
out of time, and
Yeah.
it was hilarious.
Yeah, I do remember it.
Benny
But it all
Hill.
made sense what he was
Yeah,
saying.
it was
but-
saucy. It was risque.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Everything was.
mate, yeah,
Yeah, we
like,
got away with that.
yeah. Well, it was that era, man.
Scantily clad women getting
Scantily
chased
women getting
Running
chased
every
around,
episode.
man.
But there'd always be like one minging one in it that he'd have to try and get away from that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
There'd always be one
Yeah.
minging one in it.
Also, Kenny Everett, man.
Yeah,
Kenny Everett.
Kenny Everett
he was a
was
genius.
just. But he started off as a radio DJ.
Yeah, he started out on it. Maybe,
Liverpool,
I think,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was such a funny guy on the radio. He's got his own show out of it. And the characters he had, man. Remember Gizzard Puke, the punk
Gives
dude?
on puke.
Yeah.
Everyone tried to, not that we smoked cigarettes, but used to try and
Just
throw
try
in
and
his
flick something up.
flick
Yeah.
something in your mouth
Yeah.
and catch
Whether
it.
it be a candy cigarette.
Yeah, candy cigarettes.
Like what we talk about in our
Yeah,
Sweets podcast.
yeah.
But yeah, we all tried that, throwing them out the packet, trying to catch them.
Like, he had some characters. The guy with the church guy with the massive house.
I
Yeah.
forgot about him, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
was
remember obviously the
funny.
woman with the legs crossed.
Yeah, what was that
There's
name
possible
again?
taste. What she used
I
to
don't remember
say.
her name.
I can't remember that. She's like Dolly Parton looking,
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah.
with a beard.
Forbid. Kenny Everett,
Just
yeah.
Kenny Everett.
He was like,
Joke,
you know,
man.
like,
He was
like
too
how
funny.
Bo Selector was just the
Yeah,
same looking
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
It's true.
that
He's
was
the
like that
original
early-
Bo Selector.
yeah.
He was wicked.
But he had some characters, man. I remember he had a pilot with some long moustache and some baggy
Yeah.
pilot
Yeah.
trousers.
And his scarf was probably
Yeah.
really stiff
Yeah,
out to the side of
yeah.
it.
And a French guy who tells stories with his cigarette. He's
Yeah.
telling a quick story
Yeah.
about his
I was thinking when he
rendezvous.
didn't have like a mime artist dude.
Yeah, the mime
There was
artist.
a mime
dude.
artist
Yeah.
dude, the French dude.
And I remember an episode where he was Spider-Man and he climbed up the wall and he went into the toilets, but because Spider-Man's
He
in a
couldn't-
jumpsuit,
yeah, he
he
couldn't
couldn't,
get out.
go to the
Yeah.
toilet,
Yeah.
and so he peed himself.
Was that also
Being a
what-
kid, I thought that was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
that's true, that's what would happen.
How can he get away?
That's true.
Was that also what Cleo Rockus was in? Didn't
Yes.
Remember Cleo?
Yeah.
She used to be his like dressed up
Yeah.
sidekick and
Yeah,
just
Kenny
as risky.
Everett, man, has all done the best possible taste.
78
man.
to 81. That run,
Yeah.
4 series, 35 episodes and all that I run on ITV. That must
That was
have been
BBC. That was BBC.
BBC?
Yeah. Also had Ross Abbott.
Ross Abbott. Ross Abbott's Madhouse.
Ross Abbott.
Love the party.
He loves an atmosphere. He loves a party with a happy atmosphere. Ross Abbott's show, but again, you know, as a kid, you can relate to when he was Cooperman.
Cooperman.
He had Superman outfit, so that, you know, he was Basildon Bond.
Like a James Bondy sort of.
With a balaclava on and a frog with the flippers on it. Mate, you know, Ross Abbott again. Do you know what I mean?
And he had that woman who dressed up as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Blonder Woman.
Blonder Woman.
Ross Abbott has
I forgot about Blonder Woman.
You remember the Scottish guy he used to be? See you, Jimmy.
See you, Jimmy. That's where that come from. I mean, he made that up. I think there was quite a few sayings that come from him.
Mate, Ross Abbott, he loves it.
He had the old song that he'd sing in the get in the charts as well.
You know, Ross Abbott,
he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did have a few songs.
I thought he just disappeared.
That kind of comedy.
Just disappeared, didn't he? Yeah.
But no, I have to big up Ross Abbott, man. We know Legend. There's plenty more. We probably screaming down at the podcast going, "What about this? What about this person?" But we're saying the ones that, you know, growing up as kids, the ones that we used to watch a lot, and you know, the ones we entertained by. But there's loads, you know, that we can go through. But we're gonna go through the sitcoms now, man. There's
there's some more. So I was going to say about.
What was you gonna say? You took your time, man.
Sorry, I was
about time you had.
And
you decided
I was trying to
bring in another solo guy.
I was trying to find some
sitcoms.
I was trying to find some. I was going to mention Tommy Cooper. We didn't mention Tommy Cooper.
Tommy
he's
Cooper,
like, he was a magician.
Yeah, he was a
magician. He couldn't do magic. But
yeah.
that was the big thing. It was wicked.
He was
wicked.
Tommy Cooper.
I had to mention Tommy Cooper.
He lived up the road from us.
Yeah. I didn't find that out until I think after he died a bit late. He died on
stage.
I remember watching that program.
Yeah, I think I did as well.
Sunday night.
I think it was the London Palladium.
Yeah, I remember watching that, man. I remember
like a Royal Variety show, wasn't it? Or something.
That's right.
We thought it was part of the show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he fell back.
Just his feet were like hanging out the curtain, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was shocking, man.
It was
shocking.
But yeah, he was going to a commercial break and then telling you the news, man. Yeah, it's sad, man.
But amazing. Like the way his delivery of the magic that he done is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got a feeling he was an actual trained magician, part of the Magic Circle, but he preferred to do the tricks in a way where he's sort of giving it away and making it so obvious.
His comedy.
That was amazing.
Just amazing, man. And everybody. If you go and do an impression, that's the first one you learn.
Yeah, just like that.
Everybody wanted to do
any
that.
voice impressions. Yeah. Just like
that. That was your impression in the 80s. You were any comedian. But I'd say there were so many. Is there any more you want to say before we interrupt my next segment?
No, Tommy Cooper needed a mention.
He did need a mention.
He did need a mention. That was good.
We done better than the others.
You had time to say anyway.
Sorry, mate.
Sitcoms, man. Sitcoms. Okay. And all these programs, again, I didn't get all the jokes, but it was entertainment. I heard the canned laughter, so I joined in. Yeah. but it was still engaging. The program was still engaging, and you had so much couple programs like George and Mildred. George and Mildred. You know,
they were a couple. You know, well, I suppose not well matched, but they just worked together so well on screen.
Yeah,
they were wicked. And, you know, like you say, a lot of the age we were watching these, I don't know what the appeal was, but they were appealing. You got some of the jokes. And you enjoyed the subject matter they were talking about, even though they probably weren't aimed at us. But yeah, George and Mildred was a good one.
Well, I think the other thing is you had no choice because we only had one TV.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And your parents wanted to watch it, so you had to watch it.
I'll take that back. You were stuck.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where you go, okay, I might as well get used to it.
Yeah.
It's not changing, and it's TV.
Yeah,
it's either watch this or go and play with your toys or something.
I've done that.
Yeah.
So and so you've got to like these programs. So you had George and Mildred, you had Terry and June.
Terry and June was good because they were like almost spin-offs of Carry-Ons because but both of them two were really Carry-On films, weren't they? Yeah. So I used to see it as like, oh, that's the couple from Carry-On. Yeah. I used to like Terry and June. That was good. June Whitfield and Terry. Can't remember his name.
But he was also Penfold, the voice of Penfold.
He was the voice of Penfold. Yeah. He done a lot of stuff. If you were to look through the things he's done.
Yeah. Right. Remember Just Good Friends? About a couple, a guy and a girl, and they weren't together, were they together?
Yeah.
I remember it.
It was almost like on that
guy with the blonde curly hair.
Like a yuppie sort of going into that yuppie. Yeah, he was like the businessman.
No, I think he was. I think he was an average guy. He was, and she was the yuppie guy. I think something like that.
I thought she was the average girl, little bob haircut. Sort of.
I can't.
And I thought he was like the high flying business.
opposites attract kind of situation in that program.
Rings a bell,
I think
definitely. I remember it was alright, Just Good Friends.
Yeah.
Definitely weren't no Steptoe and Son, though.
No, Steptoe Son was brilliant.
Harold!
You dirty old man.
What happened to the Rag and Bone Man?
You don't see it no more, do you?
Yeah.
You used to get them coming down the street.
Down.
God knows what they used to
horses.
say.
Big
They had their own
horses.
language, but you just knew it was Rag and Bone.
But yeah, Steptoe and Son.
Steptoe and Son was good.
I mean, they brought out a movie. A lot of these programs had movie versions.
They did have a movie, yeah. Which was just as good.
Yeah, for Steptoe and Son.
I think someone was getting married in it. I think he was getting married in it. The son was or something.
Yeah, and the dad tried to stop them. Yeah. Something nuts.
Yeah, he wanted to get married. Now she wants you for your money or for nick the horse. Shut up.
Yeah. He's dirty old man.
Yeah, they were good. They were good.
Are You Being Served? Man?
I used to love that.
That's like the theme music. The cash.
The cash register.
First floor, doing something.
Yeah. Again, you just watching these shows.
That was good. It had good characters in it. It had some old woman who just talked about her pussy all the time.
Yeah.
At the typical department store, wasn't it? Like if you lived in the city, you had those haberdashery departments and those whatever. You know, it was. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah,
characters in it were wicked.
And Heidi High.
Heidi High was good.
Again, the theme tune. Heidi High.
Yeah.
I didn't really like that show, but the theme tune is still okay.
And again, it had characters in it. It had like I can't remember the old grumpy bloke. He was quite funny in it. And again, it had a drunk bloke. I think he was the clown or the magician. Yeah. And he was always drunk. They could never find him to go on stage. And
I think I remember that.
It had some alright stories, but it was a bit sort of same every week. Same sort of stuck on that campsite.
And some mothers do have them.
That's wicked.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Michael Crawford, right?
Michael Crawford.
And he was Condor Man later.
And Condor Man, Condor Man's big. Yeah,
Condor Man. But some others do have them. That was another impression people used to do.
Oh, Betty.
Yes.
What was his name now?
Frank Spencer.
Frank Spencer, Of course, Frank Spencer and Betty.
Can't forget Frank Spencer, man.
And you got the classic roller skates hanging on the back of the bus.
Yes.
That scene.
Yes.
No, he was wicked, making holes in his floor, like covering it with a rug or putting the wardrobe over it where he's done something.
The situations.
It was just wicked.
How to get out of situations.
And he was one of them ones, like he was the Tom Cruise of his time. He'd done all his own stunts, didn't he? Falling through the floors and falling off buses and stuff. That was all him.
That's right. Yeah, that's why he was Condor Man.
That's why he was Condor Man. Yeah.
Never the Twain.
Yeah.
Antique dealers. All I can remember, I can only remember it's antique dealers. It's the geezer out of Some Mothers Do Have Them. We're lovely boys.
Ain't Half Hot Mum.
Ain't Half Hot Mum. That's it. Ain't Half Hot Mum. Windsor Davis. And I remember at the beginning, there's a picture on a sideboard. And I think just before it starts or at the end, it falls over and cracks and the glass smashes.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
I thought there was two like cups with their faces.
That might have been
that might be the end.
Is that the end?
That might be in it, but there was a bit where it said Never the Twain in a picture frame. You know, like them sewn on things that say like I love home or whatever.
Yes.
And as it fell or done something and then it cracked.
Let me throw one in the mix for you.
Gosh.
Dear John.
I didn't really watch Dear John.
Dear John, no, it did. I do remember that.
I didn't really watch it either.
Dear John. So you got no information on it. You're just going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I watched that. It was really good.
But I didn't watch that. That's why it's not on my list.
I do remember it. I remember watching the odd episode.
I'm going to Rising Damp. We all know Rising
Damp. We all know Rising Damp,
And Rising Damp looked at the title, the atmosphere.
You didn't want to watch it when you were little, did you?
No.
Because it looked damp. It
was brown, it was mouldy looking, it was Rising Damp.
Everything needed a wash on it.
But watching it again in the later years, it's
comedy's good.
Comedy's
good. Yeah. Leonard Rossiter. He's good.
Rigsby,
man. Mr. Rigsby. Mr.
Oh, mate. Leonard Rossiter, mate. Yeah.
Did you ever watch Only When I Laugh?
Yeah, I'm
that was good.
I like that.
That was a bit Carry On like as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's only in the hospital. Yeah, only that. There was no other scene.
It was just set in that studio, innit, which was the ward.
Yeah.
That must have been so low budget.
Only When I Laugh.
That must have run for a while as well.
It did run for a while.
And that main guy again lived in Chiswick. We used to see him walk around Chiswick or bump into him in Chiswick.
Like a lot of them programs, like all them programs like made you feel that they were somewhere, but they weren't somewhere. Like remember Duty Free?
Yeah, I used to like
They're
Duty
in
Free.
Spain or something, but they were in the studio in Leeds.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah. But watching that as a kid again, because you had to.
That run a couple of years.
I didn't really get it, but as an adult,
I liked it.
It was about they were having an affair with each other.
They were actually.
That's what it was about. That was the whole comedy, and they were trying to.
Yeah, they were trying to get away from their partners.
About their partners and having this affair.
Yeah,
that was the comedy of it.
Yeah.
Like hello with the affair. Hello.
Yeah, hello. It's funny.
You know.
I can't think it was going to say Manuel, but no. I can't remember his name. No, was it? Hello. Rene.
Yeah.
Rene used to something that.
That's right. Desmond's.
I really liked Desmond. That was sort of new on the new channel. Was it Channel 4? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, Channel 4 first. Yeah, I liked Desmond. That was different.
Right. Now the writing in that was amazing. It was a good show. Different selection of characters and.
Yeah.
It was different in a way as well that it showed like a working environment, a black working environment, not just a black family or whatever. It was in their lives, in the working environment where they live, sort of thing. But yeah, Desmond's was wicked. That run from 89 to mid 90s, 70 odd episodes. Yeah.
From coming into the theme tune, you know you have to strap on and just watch this program. Really laugh all
That's
the way
wicked.
through.
Yeah.
Love Desmond's, man.
And still, when you hear that theme tune now, I think there's an advert running there.
Yeah, there
is. Now it's like, oh, my Desmond's is on. But, no, it's just that advert.
Yeah.
It's like, I wish they weren't allowed to use that. It's still Channel 4's longest running sitcom, I think.
Yeah. And they had a spin-off, Pork Pie.
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good now.
No, it was a proper letdown.
Because Norman Beaton, he was the heartbeat.
You needed that. But that whole cast, the whole cast on that was wicked, wasn't it?
Yeah. Used to love that show, man.
Was it Ram John Holder was the Pork Pie dude, wasn't it?
But that was like the same time you had Paul Whitehouse and Harry Enfield. You know, like with loads of money.
Loads of money.
For doing loads of money. Everyone remember they had loads of money t-shirts.
Loads of money.
Remember Joe Blogs and loads of money.
Joe Blogs.
There's a song on the charts, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's a song on the charts.
But I remember him starting from. He had like a 30-second slot on like a late night. I think it was a Ben Elton thing, like Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
And they used to bring him on, and everyone was in the crowd was drinking. Like he'd come on, either do this. I think it was Stavros. Did he do?
Yeah.
He'd done a kebab shop.
Yeah, hello Pips.
Yeah, hello Pips.
Yeah.
Chili sauce or something. He would say.
Yeah. Stavros.
He started off with Stavros first.
Wicked.
And then he went. Then I remember loads of money after that. Yeah. And then from that, I remember the Harry Enfield show, whatever it was. Right. And then he must have brought in his mate Paul Whitehouse to do the other bits, and the woman who does. She's hilarious.
Kathy Burke.
Yeah. So we'd do the slobs and that. Yeah. Harry Enfield was excellent, man.
Yeah, man. And
a lot of the ones you just mentioned had their own, either together or individually, had their own spin-off things as well, wasn't it? A lot of them, like you had, what's the Arkwright thing for? Open all hours.
Yeah, exactly. And Porridge as well.
Porridge, I forgot about Porridge. Porridge is good.
Porridge, man.
I used to like Open All Hours, especially with David Jason.
Yeah. But it was the stutter that
it was the stutter.
Back when I was little, I used to stutter a lot when I was little.
That's it.
So it was him and Porky Pig who were my idols, man. And everyone's like a relation.
And Foghorn Leghorn.
He was
well, I say, boy. Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn.
He was a proper lovable shopkeeper, but he'd try and fleece you out of any penny he could.
He's always trying to get that woman.
Yeah.
He's always climbing up the ladder to her bedroom or something sleazy like that.
Nurse Gladys.
I always liked his final thought at the end when he would look up in it and you'd hear his voiceover of him.
And he'd look up at her window or something. A lot of innuendos in it. Yeah, it was good.
Only Fools and Horses, man.
That's classic.
That's one of the classics.
Comedy.
That just resonates with everyone. It's just only.
You can't beat that.
Can't.
The
one-liners, the characters,
it's wicked.
There's so many episodes.
The writing's amazing. That David Jason and Nicholas Lyndhurst make it. The actor, they're perfect for it.
Every character in there. Plays their part.
Plays it wicked.
Every character in there plays their part. Creates every character in that program.
Mickey, all of them.
Like even the transition when it turned from granddad to uncle.
Even
though granddad was really good. But uncle you had to get used to him.
I like Uncle, man.
He took the baton and carried it on.
During the war.
Boy.
Uncle was wicked.
In the war. But no,
do you
remember when Grandad used to watch 3 tellies at the same time?
Yeah, he'd have 3 tellies on. 3 different channels. Yeah, 3 channels that we had, just so he could keep up on each of them. I forgot about that. Yeah. I know, it was wicked. The stories in it now are still, you know, they're going to be rerun forever.
Of course.
They're going to be constantly on. Of course. They're amazing.
Other ones we'll quickly spin through. Mind Your Language.
Mind Your Language, yeah.
I only got vague memories of that.
I got vague
memories.
About
a school.
Is it an English teaching school, isn't it?
Patrick from EastEnders is in it, isn't it?
He might have been in that.
He was in it. He was.
Yeah.
But it was mega racist.
Yeah,
all these different nationalities arguing with each other and the proper stereotypes of people. But as a kid, you're watching nationalities, think, oh, there's nationalities on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're drawn to it.
I'm going to watch it,
and then see people being put down. And
it was a crazy show. What's the Afghanistan one called?
Sickness and in Health, and that was it changed, didn't it? In the
Love Thy Neighbour.
That was in. Was that what it was called in the 70s?
Was it? Yeah,
I think so.
And that had Patrick from EastEnders in as well, I think.
And then it changed to In Sickness and in Health, like in our era, but it was a bit.
Could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I went too keen on it.
Sorry.
Till Death Do Us Part.
That was it.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah, Till Death Do Us Part. It was cool.
Yes, that's right.
But before that, it had another name, and it was in the 70s, late 70s, and it changed into the To Death Do Us Part. I wasn't too keen on it. It was, you know, he seemed like an old football fog, and I just wasn't keen on it.
So, have you got any more sitcoms before I move on to the next subject? I got any bits, any
Young Ones.
Young Ones was a good one.
Young Ones changed the game, man. It was like, again, that was, you know, like how Benny Hill and the Goodies was that slapstick madness, but that crew, that Young Ones crew, they tried to get away from that kind of sexist style of slapstick.
Pushing it to more political and anti-establishment.
And it worked, man. The Young Ones were amazing.
Young Ones was good.
Again, another show I vaguely remember. Remember a program called Bottle Boys? About milkmen.
Yeah, it rings a bell, Bottle Boys.
On ITV. It didn't last long.
It didn't last long, yeah.
But I think, well, you know, like, what's them films? Them kind of carry-on films, Confessions of a Window.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That was on the Bottle Boys.
Yeah, I think it was a slightly calmed down version of them.
It was that kind of thing.
Confessions of a taxi driver or whatever.
Some milkman.
And it was made for the TV.
A sitcom thing.
I remember another one as well. I don't remember much about
buses and stuff like that.
On the buses?
A bit before, innit? More 70s.
I mean, on the buses.
But they used to play that through the 80s.
Yeah, they used to play
we'd get reruns through that. Yeah. Do you remember one I think it was on ITV called The Gaffer?
He's the Gaffer.
That's it. I was going to say, all I can remember is the theme tune.
He's the Gaffer.
He's the Gaffer, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I
don't know.
I remember some dude, and he's the
Gaffer.
Yeah. Like an LWT programme.
Yeah. Well, it was Yorkshire TV, made for like ITV. But yeah, that's all I remember. He's the Gaffer.
That's all I remember.
I mean, it was like some, like as if he's like a warehouse manager or something.
Yeah, he's the Gaffer. He's the Gaffer. Yeah, that's all I remember.
He's the Gaffer.
I don't remember anything else
about it. Did we say it ain't off Hot Mom? And again, that might have been a bit earlier.
Yeah.
I think I think that stopped in the early 80s, or maybe 80 or 81 it run to. But yeah, another great cast, man. I love them guys, man. It's that and sort of the Dad's Army lot. It's that. Yeah. You know, that humour was good.
Ventriloquists. They were big in the 80s.
Ventriloquism. Yeah.
So many.
There was loads. There was some good ones.
Do you remember Nookie Bear?
He was one of the early ones I remember. Can't remember the man's name, just remember Nookie Bear.
Exactly. You remember the bear. It's like early days Ted.
Big rosette.
Yeah. I used to love Spit the Dog.
Yeah. Spit the Dog.
Bob Carroll G's.
Bob Carroll G's.
Spit the Dog.
Orville the Duck as well.
Yeah.
And who was that? Was it Charles? Sir Charles?
No, Cuddles.
No, remember Sir Charles, the other one?
Yeah, the old bloke with the one with the monocle.
Yeah.
And
he's really rude just to drink or something.
Yeah. He was quite funny, actually. I forgot all about him.
Sir Charles, man. Yeah, but there's loads of puppets. Remember the guy that was like a emu, and his fake legs were hanging out. He was running around like a nutter on stage. What was his name?
I don't know. He was funny though.
Yeah. Was he maybe a northern? Most of the northerners, weren't they?
There was so much comedy entertainment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Lucas, Daz.
I'm Chris.
I'm Stacks.
Thank you for listening, guys. Please like and share. Please comment. Please tell your friends. Old Skool Movement.
days I remember.